Investec is active in investment banking, private banking and asset management. It was established in 1974 and operates mostly in the UK, South Africa and Australia. Best known for its zebra mascot and CEO Stephen Koseff, the group has a combined market cap of 45 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 16 and a dividend yield of 4.3%. And I'm going to turn right to the share price graph,
which doesn't look
at
right.
this point doesn't look right at all. So if we can get Investec
we need the
reworked.
PLC.
I was going to say I'm obviously wrong because it's obviously crept up without me knowing what's going on. Because at the moment their share price is obviously depressed. We're looking at a depressed share price.
Yeah, it's been at around 50 Rand forever. When you say combined market cap, that's, as you know, because there's the INLs and the INPs, you need to add them together. And that's a function of the way the business model evolved. They wanted to go offshore, there was exchange control and so on. But the reason they're drifting is really because they've got quite a distributed business model. There always seems to be one part or another of the structure which is sort of battled a little bit. But I do see with the recent trading updates that the loan loss provisions are down, that they've stabilized, they've got good asset management business, all of that. So maybe their time has come.
Do you believe that their time has come?
I don't know. Well, I mean, certainly if you look at Investec compared to other four banks are retail banks in South Africa with some corporate banking. Now, Investec is a corporate bank with an investment bank and then an asset manager. And more recently, Stephen Koseff's been saying he wants to become more of an asset manager.
Well, it's such a great model.
Well, it is. It's very capital light. I mean, that's why, Paul and I are in the industry. You don't have to have a lot of capital to start an asset manager, which is great, but it's also not great because as an investor who doesn't own part of the business, you've got quite a lot of intellectual capital and they want most of the money. So there's not a lot that trickles through for shareholders.
This could be a big kicker in the banking environment, though. Your ability to have the highest return if you bought in now, because none of the other share prices are depressed.
You're talking about Investec.
I'm talking
attractive.
about Investec, attractive. If we see, I don't know whether it's possible that our banking sector could ultimately re-rate once risk is eliminated from the global system. Could happen, and here would be your biggest play.
Well, absolutely, because we know that back in 2003, everybody hated these stocks. They were still, smarting from the Russian debt default of 98 and the fact that Standard Bank share price had evaporated. So, boom, somewhere out of nowhere, everybody just got happy and the PEs went from 8 to 15 and everybody made a lot of money in the bank stocks. So are we about to see something like that? If we are, then you'll make more money being long Investec than you will being long Standard Bank. The question is, if the rosy scenario doesn't eventuate right now, what's going to happen to your Investecs? Because Investec is looking better, but if they have any more disasters or any more sort of bad debt write-offs in Australia or any other sort of blow-up of some sort or another, or a departing team within the asset management business, that would be taken badly, I think.
So they wouldn't be able to weather any bad news flow at this point. Well, is that what we're saying here?
Well, Investec's a big company. They are going to be able to weather a few write-offs. Investec's not going to go bankrupt from that perspective. But the share price, obviously, I think also investors are tired with Investec. They've had this story for a while and they haven't really delivered on it. And also, as Paul said, certainly I think if the global economy starts going very well, Investec will do well.
Hot or not on Investec, Paul?
I would like to be, but I think for the moment still a little bit becalmed, so not hot for me.
Jonathan, hot or not on Investec?
Not hot for me.